Hi friends, I'm back again with another video, and it's the same day basically with my last video what I was talking about celibacy. So guys, yeah, so I thought of coming on back here and share about my journey with online dating, you guys. Yeah, so I've been in that pool. I've been in the pool of online dating, and yeah, I thought maybe I have some few words of wisdom to share on here about that subject, online dating, you guys. Yeah, so basically my channel is just about me sharing what I've done, because I've done a lot. I've done a lot. Yeah, and I think someone can learn from my mistakes. So the foolishness of life that we do is we want to keep doing the same mistakes that other people have told us they have done, and they told you the results of them, and we still keep doing the same things. We still keep doing the same things, though someone has told us I did exactly that and it came out this way. We still go back and do the same mistakes, and we end up getting the same results basically. So yeah, foolishness is doing something twice and expecting a different result. It's also foolishness to make mistakes that other people have told you are mistakes, and they have done them and they got the results, and you go and try it and you think you're gonna get something different. So yeah, so guys, so that's why I share my story. I share my stories to, you know maybe someone can learn from me, maybe. I hope someone does. So yeah guys, so right now I wanted to come on and share about my journey in the internet dating circles. So guys, yeah, so as I've been always been telling you, since I got pregnant, I was like, I'm good on my own. I'm gonna focus on my baby and all that. But 3.5 years down the line, things changed, and what happened was was that my father came back home. My father came back home. Of course, I always had those thoughts of, I would love to get married someday. Maybe I wanna get married someday and stuff. So, but I was like, focused on my child, focused on just baking and cooking for people and stuff. So finally, in 2018, my dad came back home, and my dad found it. I was what 2018. I was 33. I think I was 33. Yeah, I was 33. My dad came back home. That's when my father came back to my mother. And he did not get it. Like, why are you single? Why are you single? Why are you not even trying to date? Why are you just being on your child? Why are you just home? Because he found me living with my mother. It was just the two of us with my mother, and he couldn't get it. Like, why are you not married, Leah? He came from Tanzania, where I guess parents found their children husbands. He was a Muslim. He just got out of Islam before he came back to us, like 2 weeks earlier. He had just converted back to Christianity. And so in that society, in that world, things are so different, because I've lived in that society myself, and getting married is something that is so given priority to, like your parents will find you a husband, if you're imagine as a teenager, if you're found standing somewhere with a boy, they used to make you married, like right there where you are. They called it, is it called carpet marriages or ndoa ya mkeka in Kiswahili? So they will make you married if you are caught standing somewhere as a Muslim girl. You will be married off to some boy you're standing with. They may not even be your boyfriend. It used to happen back in the day. Yeah, so my father was coming from that school of thought, of girls must be married off. Girls, they don't have much, I guess. They don't have much to do other than become wives, I guess, I would say. So yeah, so he came back and he was like, why are you not married? Pardon if you hear baby crying, my neighbors woke up. I was trying to do this really early before they woke up, but they caught on me. Yeah, so why are you not married? You need to be married. And he even said that if you're not married, if you're not you're an unmarried woman, you are not a Christian. Like, you are not godly. Are you a Muslim woman? You cannot be a Christian woman and stay single. He said like something like, I'm living in sin or something like that if I'm a single woman. And I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't dating around. I wasn't sleeping around. No, I was just single, being a single mother, working, providing for my daughter. That's all I was doing. But my father said, I don't know why this got to me, by the way, guys. I knew better. I knew the truth. But what he said got me thinking, like, does he have a point? Like, what does it mean? Because I was like, what does it mean? That's not true. But still, I was like, okay, fine. Maybe I should try to go out there, Maybe I should try, because my daughter at this point was almost 3.5. So, so yeah, I was like, and then I had joined this church, and when I joined that church, there was I met this lady who ended up giving me a ride, who opened up so much of her life to me, and she was like, hey, I met my husband online and he's amazing and all that. He provides for my children, he's so amazing as a provider, he's such a good father to my children. And I was like, wow, that is what I'm looking for. Like, I want a provider, why not? I would really like a provider myself. So, and she told me, why don't you try online dating? She was just like, try online dating. I don't know who was sending her. I don't know whether it was God or not. I don't know. Sent her. But she's a good friend of mine. Yes, I was like, so I asked her, like, which sites did you go to? Which sites can I try? And she gave me suggestions, and I think a day or two after that, I was like, I'm gonna try this thing called online dating. And we had internet where I lived. It was so free and everywhere, and so I took my phone, I downloaded, I went online, and I typed on I think Play Store online dating sites, and I got a few of them suggested, and I decided I'm gonna try OkCupid. It looks interesting to me, pink on all blue and stuff. I was like, this looks like an interesting one. Let me just give it a try. So I got on OkCupid. And I started. Remember, at this time, I wouldn't say I was a Christian. Like, I was a Christian, but not living the life, So I was open to so many things. I had just come from that. The world of dating around, trying to be the it girl to a man, trying to rock a man's world, trying to be his fantasy. I was coming from that world. Yes. So that was my mentality, guys, before I got a baby. Or it was my mentality before the Lord captured my attention, because even after I got my baby, that was still my mentality. So I went on online with this mindset of with still having that mindset of this girl who wants to be the it chick, who wants to know, the girl who wants to know what to do, always be on her A game and all that in bed. Okay, yeah, guys. So yeah, so when I tried OkCupid, swiping left, swiping right, I kept on meeting a lot of men, because of course I put my pictures on there, and I didn't want to meet any guys who are in my country. That was very clear to me. I didn't want to meet any guys who are in my country, because I know what that can lead to. Like, it's easy for you to meet a guy in your country, and he's like, hey, can you show up? Can we go out to this and that place? So I didn't want that. I didn't want that quick meeting. I didn't want that before I know you. I didn't want the risk of, risking, having physical contact too soon. So I said I didn't want anybody from my country. I wasn't specifically saying I don't want anybody from Africa, but I didn't want people from Kenya. And even when I met Kenyans, I did not really say to the left immediately. I tried to talk to some Kenyans. So yeah, I met so many of the people I was meeting were from the UK, from Germany, from the US. Those were mostly the and Canada. They were the most guys I was meeting, and Turkey. Yeah, there was a lot of Turkey, a lot of Turkey in my whatever. Yeah, the European and and American continents. That's what I mostly met, and with these types of guys, you can imagine the type of conversation we were having. So there was a lot of sexual conversation. So I came to find out that most guys online really are not there to really, I don't think they are there to look for a serious relationship. No, they're there basically to look for someone to hook up online with, and if lucky, you meet someone in your country, you hook up physically. That's what I found out online dating is mostly about. Very few people go on there to meet a spouse or to have a serious relationship. They are there. I'm not saying they are not there, but very few. So I started my online dating journey. So I will meet all these guys, eh? I'll meet them, and it's very there's a rush to it, it's exciting. I would say it's more exciting probably more than maybe our regular dating. To me, I found it very exciting because you meet so many people in one day, like so many people like you in one day, it was such a rush. So yeah, so you talk to people. I will talk, and then someone will just stand out in that hi, how are you, blah blah blah. Someone will just stand out, someone will just stand out. And I remember the first guy I started talking to. I think the first guy I talked to was from India, but that's not that one was clean, it was clean. I learned quickly I didn't want to date Indians, to date anyone from there. And then I wouldn't now accept any Indians. Then, yes, a few were Indians actually. My very first attempts were Indians. And then I met this guy from, I think, Portugal. Was it from Portugal? I can't remember the exact country. Yes, and his name was Guy. Yeah, a guy who was called Guy. So I started dating this guy. And I think the relationship, was it a relationship? The conversations lasted, is it 2 weeks? And it was a lot, guys. It was a lot. Like, this guy didn't sleep. He wouldn't sleep. Like, we would talk the entire day, the entire night. He just wanted to chat. So shortly after talking to this guy, our talks quickly became very sexual. Yeah, it became very sexual. So remember, I'm that girl who just came from from the mindset of trying to please a man, and I don't even know what intention this guy has, whether he's serious or whatever. So now I have my persona now on of that girl who is trying to wow this guy, and so I know exactly what to say. I know exactly how to entice his mind. I know exactly, pictures, guys, like sending pictures, pictures to this guy to capture his attention and blah blah blah. There's nothing, guys, I did not do. Hey, my goodness, there's nothing I did not do online dating. I would tell you. Okay, there's some things I did not do. Okay, there's some things I did not do, but I went pretty far in it, trying to be in it, to trying to keep this my mindset was always like, I have to keep this guys interested. I have to keep them always, to have his attention, remembering that last girl I talked to, like, I don't know if I'm making any sense. So yeah, but I would focus on one guy at a time. So I didn't date this one and this and this at the same time. No, I would meet someone, I will meet a few people, then talk, and then someone will stand out to me, and then we will say we are seriously just talking to each other. And that sort of became a relationship, if you would call it, but they turned sexual very quickly. But let me tell you, like, they turned sexual, but not necessarily I participated, but I pretended to participate on online sexting and whatever. I pretended to participate. I don't know what was happening on the other side, but so there was a lot of sexual activity with my online dating. Yeah, to a point where it became a little bit disturbing, disgusting. Sometimes I was at work, and this guy would just want more, texting, sexting. It was sort of tiring. It was really frustrating. It got to a point where I was like, I'm really getting tired. But I really did like this guy. But finally, that relationship didn't go anywhere. Then I met another guy. A few days later, after this failed in like 2 weeks, I think, or less than 2 weeks. Then I met someone else. It was pretty quick. You just sift through those guys that you're talking to, then you focus on another person. I think this guy he was from Greece, and this guy, I dated this guy for 1 month. I dated this guy for 1 month, and I was really into the relationship, but it was a very weird one. Let me tell you, it was a really weird relationship. The guy he was talking to me, a woman, but the way we were talking is like he was gay. I think he was more gay than straight. Maybe he was bi. I don't know. So remember I'm saying that these talks online, most of them, they are sexual centered, sex centered. So what we will discuss, the type of pictures he would send me, the type of, the talks. And I'm remembering these guys' pictures, and I'm like, they're funny now to me. But the guy was more like, he was more a woman than man, I guess. And I was okay with it because he was so sweet. He was so sweet. He was so sweet. His name was Angel. Yeah, he was really sweet. So, but very ungodly. He was an atheist, guys. He was an atheist. Remember, at that time I had no footing with God. I was all wobbly. So yeah, so he was an atheist. So I understand, but then this time God was capturing my attention, or starting to capture my attention. And I used to talk to this guy about the miracles that God did for me. I'm like, God did this for me. It could not have been anybody that did this for me but God. And he says, don't you see it was you? Don't you see you did that? Don't you see you worked so hard to achieve that? Don't you see you did this for yourself? Don't you, So I will try to talk about God with this guy as much as I was messing around with him at the same time. Or rather, I was pretending to mess around with him, because I just find, I find sexting weird. I found I could do it really well. I was really into that. I could really do it well, keep a guy's mind going, and then taking him there, I guess, whatever he's doing on the other side. I really was good at that. But I wasn't participating really, because I found it weird. I found it really weird. So after some time, I was like, I'm just gonna be pretending. I know what he wants to hear. I know what to say. I know the picture to send and all that. But even when I was sending my pictures, guys, I wasn't showing my face. I wasn't showing my face. No, I wasn't. So yeah. This relationship kept on going for 1 month, and then all of a sudden one day, this guy just said it was frustrating to him, like, because I had no way of going there. He had no way of coming here. I don't know what was going on with him. I don't know. But I knew I was broke as a joke. I was very broke as a joke and ready to choke. As one of my mentors, online mentors, says. Yeah, so I was very broke, so there was no way of me going to Greece. And he was having his own situation. I don't know, whatever was happening to his life, he couldn't. So finally, he said it was very frustrating. Yeah, whatever. So he ended it, and I thank God he did. Thank God he ended it. So yeah, so I kept on dating. I kept on going. I think I went for over 6 months online. I met this guy from the US. Yeah, I met this guy from the US, and I would meet these guys that were, they seemed obsessed. They seemed obsessed. But now this guy that I met, I think around May, because I started dating in February. I think I started dating in early February. And this was May now at this time. And I met this guy from the US, and the guy is obsessed. Because, of course, I was attracting men who are into women with larger chests, with larger chests. And on my profile, I had written that I was submissive. I am very submissive. I would say I'm a very submissive woman in a relationship, to a fault. To stupidity. Sometimes it's stupid. Like, if I tell you my stories of what I used to do in my relationships, not marriage, guys. I hope I am like that in my marriage, with some wisdom and maturity. I would apply wisdom and maturity to my submission, to my submissiveness. So if I told you what I used to do in my relationship, if here in Kenya, like, you'll be like, girl, you are crazy. Yeah, guys. So in my profile, I had written that I'm a submissive woman. So I did not know that writing that I'm a submissive woman, I was also attracting people who are into BDSM. Yeah, BDSM. So I met this guy who was into BDSM, guys. And I think God also used this man to capture my attention. Okay? Sometimes the left you think you're going, God is pushing you to the right, using that left. Like, he works everything for our good if we pay attention. So this guy was so much into BDSM, and he would send me pictures of women that he had been with, women he has chained, women whose nipples he had pegged, like all these crazy pictures of women. And he was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I want you to do with me. This is what I want you to do for me. This is what I want you to let me do to you. So, yeah. So with this guy, it was all sexual. and it was intense. I'm telling you, it was so intense. But the guy he was really attracted to me, like, because of the size of my chest and my body type. He really liked my body type and stuff. Yeah. So, but this relationship was also a bit crazy. Like, there was no foundation. I don't know. It was just a bit not okay. Yeah. So yeah. So I dated this man for, I don't know, for 2 months maybe. Yeah, for 2 months. I dated him for 2 months, and some things were not okay. Like, as much as reality of life, you know, apart from the fantasy stuff we talk about, the pictures, the whatever, blah blah blah. The real life, us sharing our real life, opening up about our real life, you know, wasn't there. He wasn't very open to that, you know. Yeah, when I talked about my own life, he was there to listen and stuff, but he didn't share much of his life, you know. Yeah, so anyway, it wasn't okay. So I'm trying, guys, to tell you how crazy online dating is. You meet all types of people online. So I dated this guy for 2 months, and then in July, I think July 11th, I remember that date, July 11th, I met someone else. While I was still talking to this guy, I met someone else, and this guy made more sense. He was so different from the other guys I had ever met. He was so different. Like, he was like a breath of fresh air. Like, he was different. He was a Christian. He said he was a Christian. He said he was a good man, blah blah blah. And our talks were more about life. You know, I liked how we just talked about life, just life in general. And I really liked this guy, and I was like, finally a normal human being after about 6 months of trying. Finally a normal human being, you know. So I now, from that point, I stopped. Now I stopped talking to any other person. With this other guy, the BDSM guy, I cut it off slowly cut it off. Finally, I was trying to find a reason to stop talking to him, so it was not that difficult. So finally I stopped talking to this guy. I told him I met someone else. And so yeah, so I met this other guy. This this was 2019, you guys. 2019 July. So I met this other guy, and I started dating this guy. So yeah, so right now it's what? It's 2023. It's about over 3.5 years. We are almost 4 years. It's almost 4 years since that time, and I'm still dating that guy. We haven't met yet. We have not met yet, but we've still been together for the past almost 4 years now. We're still waiting on God. Yeah, so guys, so that is my online journey. So that is my story about how I dated online. And so guys, so I'm not just here to give you my story of how I dated online. I'm here to talk to you as a Christian, okay? To talk to you as a Christian who might be considering going on online dating. Am I saying do it? No. Unless God is leading you to do it. Am I saying don't do it? I'm not saying don't do it. Is it all bad? No, it's not all bad. It just depends on you and your state of mind and what you're looking for and what you're open to, you know? Yeah, so I'll tell you, don't do what I did. Don't be super open to anything and everything. I was literally super open to anything and everything. I'm gonna be anything you want me to be. Literally, I was like, I'm gonna be anything you want me to be. Especially in the beginning. Thank goodness I didn't do so much like a video. Is it video? Yeah, people do video sex. Yeah, they have sex on video. I didn't do that one. No, I did not. I did not expose myself so much to these strangers. No, I did not. I kept a good boundary, and God helped me with that, because I was pretty much open-minded to doing so much. But thank goodness it never got to that point, because that can be sort of destructive, you know? Yeah. So guys, so I'm not telling Christians not to go on online dating, but I want you, when you're going to do online dating, know that these are the types of things you're gonna find, guys. You'll find the guys over there, they're just there to have fun. They're just there to hook up. They're just there to have their fantasies, you know, fulfilled and stuff. So guys, or girls, ladies, I'm mostly speaking to ladies, if you wanna try online dating, I wouldn't tell you not to try if God is leading you there, or if that's something you want to try. If you're tired of dating local people near you. Online dating can be to me, I would say it sort of is better to get to know someone without the risk of sleeping around. Yeah, because it is very tricky. It is very tricky. You can end up in a lot of trouble on online dating. You can end up with a lot of trouble, you guys. So yeah, I would say do it. If it's something that God is leading you to do it, do it. But I hope you learn from what I've done. You learn from my mistakes. Have your boundaries, have your principles, have your dignity on you, have your dignity on you. Respect yourself, respect your temple, respect the temple of God on you. Yeah, and have guidelines. Like I'm okay with this, I'm not okay with this. If right now I was to go back to a dating site, I would not do what the things I was doing. I know the type of man I'm looking for. I know the type of man I would want. I know the type of man that would not will not indignify me. Is that a word? Yeah, cause me to act without dignity for myself. I know the type of man that I want. I wouldn't want ones that treats me like a piece of meat, or like I don't know, play toy or something like that. I don't know if I'm making sense. I wouldn't want a man who saw me just as a sex toy or a sex object, because that is basically what I was getting online there. Yeah. So guys, yeah, so even the guys that I was meeting that were saying they were Christians, you'll meet a guy say he's a Christian. 2 days after getting to know each other, he starts sending you weird pictures of himself, and I'm like, it used to be so disappointing, because if it got to a point where I was like, I am looking for a Christian man, and then I mean, this guy is a Christian, or I'm a deacon in church, I do this, I do that, or the Lord, huh? And then the very next morning you exchange numbers, and the very next morning he starts sending you pictures of his pieces, his John, and I'm like, you just said you are Christian, why are you sending me these pictures? Like, I was looking for something different, I'm like, I thought I found someone different, and it would be like, sometimes it would go on for weeks of debating, like I used to I like, there's a guy I met, it led to a weeks of debating about God. Are you really a Christian? Are you Finally it didn't work out, but he did get married because we became friends, and recently he got married to a nice girl, and I'm happy for him. But anyway, yeah guys, so don't do what I did. Have your boundaries, have your principles, like be grounded in God, be grounded in God if you want to venture into online dating. I know many people who found their husbands online. I know many people who found their wives online. So it does work, but most of the people that are there, they're junky. They're not there for anything good. So just go in there knowing who you are first. Know who you are, know your principles, know your values, know that you're not a piece of meat, that please keep your clothes on. Don't just let yourself go. Don't just let yourself be anything for anybody, And God does bring people's spouses on there. There are many sites. I don't know which one you would go to. I tried OKC. I tried Afro Introductions. Now they're all not on my phone. They're deleted. Yeah. So because I am in a relationship, it's been a very long journey, and only God knows where it's going. Only God knows where it's going, but I'm so happy with it, because it has kept me grounded. It has not led me away from God. I would say the other relationships I tried online were the extreme opposite of what this one has led to. This one has really has taken me closer to God. Like, really, it has been one of the reasons for me to even go closer to God, because of this relationship. So that's why I really appreciate that this relationship, as not easy as it has been, it's been quite a challenging one, but it has led me closer to God. It has led me closer to God, and I'm so grateful for it. No matter whatever comes of this relationship, I am grateful to God. Genuinely, I'm grateful to God that I met this guy. I'm very grateful to God that I met him. Yeah guys, so that is my story of my online dating journey. That's my story, and I'll keep you updated. Whatever happens in my relationship, where God leads us, I will keep you updated, you guys, because that is my testimony that I am hoping to come and share people one day, according to God's will, So guys, so that was my story. I hope it helps someone out there. I hope someone learns something from me. I hope someone knows what to do, or knows what not to do from my story. So thanks guys for watching. I hope I made some sense. I gave some value, as much as of us just storytelling I was. I hope it gives someone something. So please guys, do subscribe, do like, and please leave a comment. We can talk about this topic on down there, and I will really appreciate. Thank you for watching. Bye.